long am I making this?
Hey. Oh, my co-host is here too.
Okay. Is he for the same original
Yes,
program?
same show.
Yeah, sure. Come
You
on
wanna
in.
join
I'll
me?
interview both of you.
Yes, you look great.
Looks beautiful. And what's your first name? Brian and Zach. Brian and Zach. Zach and Brian. Molly
I
Matat.
like the look. I totally
How long am I doing this for? Forever. You guys got a lot to talk about? Because that's what we're going to talk about.
Sure.
Everything.
Yeah, it's like E. We're on E.
Yeah, I'm Juliana Rancic. Did you not know? I am. I'm Juliana Rancic.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks. Interviewing all the top Oz celebs today. You two are my first, so you guys must be like the most famous of all of them. You know, that's obviously how it works. By order of arrival is fame.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
So technically, he's more famous than you. I'm just letting you know.
No,
Might need to step up your
Yeah, I
game.
tell him that a lot.
Oh my God, the tie! He's chewing. He'll be ready in a second. Don't worry.
So who are you wearing?
That's my question. You
you're
can't
gonna do
ask
that?
that. That's my question.
Jason
JC
Penny.
Penney.
Pretty much the Oscars. Yeah, it's the biggest thing in comm, I'd say, that we held this whole year. It's been a big deal, and we've had all these events building up to it. So, yes. Do you know what's happening on Monday? We have the acoustic show.
Yes, there were plenty of events that were happening this week. On Monday, we had an acoustic guitar show in the quad, which is great because the weather this week was...
The weather was very pretty, yeah.
Yes. If this was a week to have an acoustic guitar show in the quad,
it would be this week.
This would be the week. So the gods of comm have shined upon us and gave us good weather for Comm Week 2013. Also on Monday, National Broadcast Society set up a trivia table in the campus center all week, and we're asking trivia questions, promoting Comm Week. Also, there was a PRSSA scavenger hunt.
Oh, I did not make it to that, but I heard that was a lot of fun.
Yes. On Tuesday, led by AIR, the confraternity, basically held a very public speaking competition. I don't know how that went, but it must have been interesting. You don't really hear
You don't hear much about public relations, and I think that's a really great idea that they incorporate them into the Comm Week. And I know that Wednesday we covered Quest Day here on WTO.
Yes, Quest Day is basically a holiday for us here at Oswego. It's a day where we cancel classes and we essentially have student presentations all day long.
It was a lot of fun. We had Quest Day. We covered all these different Quest Day presentations. And it was really interesting. We actually learned a lot.
Yes.
I know you hosted that, and it seemed like a lot of fun.
Yes, and I actually had the honor of being able to present at Quest this year. I presented a paper I wrote for a broadcasting class that I took here, Media Law, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a great honor to be able to present at Quest, to be asked Quest.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, so Quest, that was an all-day thing on Wednesday. We were on TOP, like we said, for 3 hours that day, presenting.
3 full hours. I remember I talked about Sustainability Fair. We had a huge fair in the Campus Center arena, focusing on, going green with the campus. I saw actually a booth set up with, all this furniture made of construction and cardboard paper, and it was just cardboard boxes all made into seats and couches, and it was just really an incredible thing to think that students can put this together themselves.
There are some cardboard pizza boxes here in the campus center auditorium right now.
And make our own.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at that cardboard and I'm sitting here and I'm wondering I make essentially this, what I'm sitting on right now.
Yeah, unfortunately we're
On a
not creative
cardboard.
enough, so
Yes.
we're gonna have
We're not
to.
creative. I mean, I guess I would try to bend it and manipulate it.
Yeah, all we have is these cards for now, but we'll definitely consider that after the show.
Yes. Maybe by the end of the Aussies, at the end of the ceremony, we'll have those cardboard chairs made.
Yep.
But don't count on it. They'll be made, but we won't sit in them ever because we will
Absolutely.
hurt ourselves. Thursday, yesterday, there was a big
Big
event
day.
going on in the quad, which I think was fantastic. Lambda Pi Eta, like I said, the communications fraternity, had a Pi the Professor event.
I just love that. I think that is the funniest thing. It's honestly like just a good way to get back at your professor necessarily for communication department. And I know a lot of kids, you could pay $1 to either throw the pie at your professor, or you could pay $2 and literally pie them right in the face. And that must have been just an incredible feeling for all students.
Yes, and yesterday it was nice out. Like I
It
said,
was really nice
perfect weather
out.
for all these events this week.
Yeah, it was convenient. Absolutely.
The professors who participated in that were actually Professor Ricky, Professor Steve Grinelli, Professor Gary Ritzenthaler, as we
Yep.
call him, Grits.
Grits, yes.
Professor Zenner, and Professor Knapp.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually make it to it, but I heard that they were, they were fighting against the students, being like, hey, come at me. Like, they were not afraid.
Yeah.
And frankly, I was actually annoyed that they had, their clothes covered, and it's like, if you don't get the full effect, when you throw a pie at someone, you want it to ruin their clothes.
Exactly.
If you really want true revenge, but I mean, it did the job.
At the
from
same
what I
time,
hear.
though, you have to sympathize with what's going on. Cool Whip or whipped cream, whatever they use, any
It's
kind of
not
dairy
even
product
pie.
smells terrible.
Absolutely, and that could definitely ruin your, sense for the rest of the day.
Yes, and make you want to throw up.
Yeah.
Also last night we had a special alum come back to campus, Kenneth Gibson, who
Absolutely.
graduated in 1994,
It's
who has
really
been
exciting.
on CNN, he has been on HDTV, and now he's working down in Washington, D.C. as an on-air talent, and he was able to come back for a program called Voices of Diversity, which I know that Dr. David Moody put together, and he was able to speak here where we are now in the Camp Center auditorium to students about basically where the future of television is
Right.
going,
And we have a lot of great alumni that comes back here to, help support us. I know Lou Borelli comes back all the time. And it's just nice because, if people come from state schools, we have a lot of actual famous and important alumni, Steve Levy, Al Roker, and it's really nice to get support from them.
I was going to say, for being a small school, we
Yeah,
take great
we're-
pride in our past
exactly.
alumni.
Absolutely.
And basically tonight, today, we had another acoustic guitar show in the quad.
Right.
Beautiful weather,
Beautiful
like I've
weather
been saying
once
all
again.
along.
Not necessarily now. We're getting a little rain now, unfortunately, but now we're inside.
But
so.
we're inside, so what does it matter?
We're
And
dry.
Look at all these stars
And
behind
you
us,
can see, you could gaze at the stars right here behind us. You don't even need to go outside. So that's
Exactly.
really exciting. It's really exciting.
And actually, what was just happening here in the Campus Center auditorium before we started our show was there was a communication spotlight, a talk with Dr. Melissa Wanzer from Canisius College.
That's great.
So, Christy and I are not the only people here. We actually have some people out on the red carpet right now doing interviews.
Absolutely.
We have Chris Lewin and Molly Mata out there. So I think we should throw it out there and
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know what's going on out there,
hear
guys.
the voices of the people.
I guess we'll just pretend to talk.
The art of Zen, and it also refers to hot dogs.
Oh,
because it's make me one with everything. Like making my hot dog, and then also in a grander sense when you're talking about one as in
All right.
oneself.
See, I'm slow, so sometimes you gotta. And a very good evening to you, Oswego. I'm Molly Matat here on the Ozzie's red carpet for the Ozzie ceremony of 2013. Right now we have with us Zach and Brian from The Witching Hour, which is up for Best Original Production, so congratulations on that.
Thank you. It sure is.
So for those of us who aren't familiar with The Witching Hour, what exactly is it about? What do you guys entail on The Witching Hour?
Well, it's called a horror movie hosting program where what we do is we show a movie and then intermittently we'll have a little clip of me and Brian and our other co-hosts stopping in, and we tell little jokes. We make fun of a movie. It's usually a bad horror movie. And we try to make a bad movie entertaining using our personas.
Oh, good. What's your favorite movie that you've made fun of thus far?
My favorite movie that I've made fun of is Showgirls. We have an episode of Showgirls that we did.
Oh,
It's not a horror movie, but
I was
it's
about to
close
say I don't
enough.
think that's horror, but I mean close enough. What's your favorite?
I'm gonna go with either Halloween H2O was a terrible movie, and Showgirls also. I like Showgirls.
Showgirls seems to be the hit. Yeah, go watch it. Now, original programming at WTOP. What do you guys like? What do you guys like about it?
I like the amount of freedom that I've been given to sort of push the boundaries and do something cool and sort of risky, not the mainstream.
I mean, you're wearing shades to the Aussies. You don't seem very mainstream to me. I mean, you're definitely pulling out the cool card today. Absolutely.
I don't let people dictate what I have to look like or be like. I'm kind of cool like that. I've got this.
Definitely rocking the cool today. I like it. All right. Well, best of luck to you guys. You can head on in there, and we'll see you in a few. All right.
Okay, hold my hand. I love you too. Take my jacket. Don't forget my jacket.
Good luck, you guys.
All
Oh,
right,
So there's a wire.
jump rope. All right. We're gonna.
23 awards in total will be handed out to you.
23. That's a good amount. Trophies to
you wanna
23
check
people.
that for me?
You know what? I'll go ahead and calculate that later, right after we make our cardboard furniture. But,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
what I'm wondering is, are the trophies still in the shape of stars?
I'm hoping that the trophies are in the shape of stars because the significance behind that,
Yeah.
we're all shining stars.
We're all shining stars. 23 shining stars tonight.
And if you are a
That's
Coldplay
incredible.
fan, that has even more significance. As Chris Martin once said, look at the stars, see how they shine for you.
That's really fantastic, Alan.
Thank you.
You know, speaking of the nominees, me and Alan are actually nominees ourselves.
Yes.
Won together for Best Newscast Sunday night.
Yes, we filled in and we anchored together, which
Together.
means that if we win, we did it together.
We
kid.
did, and we can go up there and make our, beautiful speech. And we're also against each other. I direct Tuesday nights, and that's voted for Best Newscast. And Alan directs Thursday nights.
Thursday nights,
and
which
he's
means
Best
we are
Newscast.
rivals, which means
We're
from here on
rivals.
out, I'm done talking to you.
Yeah, we're gonna build a wall because this is just the tension. It's incredible. It's
And
really
I
just
don't
something.
even know what she's saying.
No, I can't even. The wind. I don't even know.
All right, so
Cool.
I think we should throw it back out
Absolutely.
to the
we'll
red
start
carpet
talking
while
about the
we
nominees when we get back.
resolve
All
our
right.
issues in here. So.
Yeah.
All right, what do you guys got out for there for us?
Just look at the camera. Just get ready on the camera.
Oh man.
No,
We're good.
Yes.
I just hope they would let us know who they're talking to. All right, so let's talk about what else we're nominated for.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, there's napkins over here.
Hey, thanks guys. We're here on the red carpet with Michael Keeley and Connor Corcoran, nominees for WNYO Hockey's play-by-play team. And Mike, last year you were the winner
not out of
of
cardboard, but
Best
out of
Radio Talk
plywood.
Show for the Sunday Hangover. You're once
I
again
don't think
nominated
they
for
can
that. So 2 Aussies
They
for you.
can't see it.
Congratulations for that.
I don't know.
Thanks.
Like, I don't know if you can
And
see
Connor,
this, but we have
besides
a
this being your
leg
first
now,
ever
and that's how
television
we actually resolve our
appearance, this
issues.
is also
I
your
believe it
first
was
ever
Aristotle.
Ozzie nomination. So how did it feel when you got the email saying that you were nominated?
It was exciting. I didn't believe it at first, but then I realized it was a true deal, and excited to be here.
Now, looking at all the games that you guys did this entire season, you did all the Oswego State men's home games, all the Oswego State men's road games as well. What goes into making a successful broadcast for you guys?
Well, it involves a whole week of preparation. You know, as soon as the last game ends, we start working on the next one. You nail down the storylines for each team. You know, you figure out, the trends, the top scores. I mean, that's obvious, but it's really something that we put multiple days and even a week into preparation for each game.
And how about you, Connor?
Exactly that. You start with preparation, a couple days before each game on a Friday night. A lot of it starts with the guys in the studio, pre-production stuff. A lot of the athletes in general coming in for interviews, pre-recorded interviews, but a lot of work a couple days before the game, before puck drop. And like Mike said, you find out some key stats, key players, and you just look for more or less more stories to fill in throughout the game.
Now you guys are up against 3 other play-by-play teams, 2 for basketball, the other one WTOP's hockey broadcast as well. Have you guys been trash-talking them a little bit or just trying to shy away before the awards?
Oh, it's all in good fun. Everybody is worthy of this award. Just the work that all 4 crews put in at WTOP and WNYO is second to none when it comes to the collegiate broadcast throughout the country. So whoever gets it is well deserving. And of course there's a little bit of trash talk, but it's all in good fun.
It speaks well of the school and the communications department in general for all these groups to be nominated and all these announcers that have a future in broadcasting to be on stage and possibly get that Ozzie award. So it really just speaks well of the school. And yeah, there's some rubbing on the side, but like Mike said, all in good fun for some trash talk.
Well, guys, good luck on the play-by-play award, and as well, Mike, for the Sunday Hangover.
Thank you.
All right, now, guys, back to you in the auditorium. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Him and I are going head-to-head. Most likely to be famous in radio.
In radio.
Yes. And speaking of most likely to be famous, you.
I am as well. Most likely to be famous for TV.
Yes. So one way or another, we may be walking away with Ozzie stars tonight for most likely to be famous in something.
Luckily, we're in separate sections this time, so we won't argue. It's an issue for us, so
Yes.
I'm happy we're separate.
Well, I'm glad that we're getting along again. As you can
Yeah.
tell, Christy and I are talking again.
During the break, we actually, we talked out our argument, so it's fine.
Yes. We're okay.
So let's get into the nominations, Alan.
Now let's get into the nominations, Christy.
We have a few. For instance, we have WTOP's. I think it's pretty much best original production.
Yes.
We have
The
five.
producer of the show.
The producer of the show.
Of the show right now, Kelsey Valentine, actually had a hand in producing all 5 of the nominees this year.
Absolutely. I'll read them off. We have Two Girls, One Desk, produced by Kelsey Wood.
Funny show.
The Witching Hour, produced by Zach Guthrie.
Very funny show.
Excuse me. The Zonies Project, produced by Shannon Rosado. Oswego Sports Update, producer.
One of my favorites.
Evan Klaus. Pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. And The Playing Field, produced by Dan. A lot of these shows have great content. Some are really funny. I know Two Girls, One Desk is hysterical. The Witching Hour goes more into, funny horror films.
Kind
Zonies
of like Mystery
Project.
Theater 3000.
Yeah. Zonies Project, they discover all the Zonies across Oswego, and OSU and The Playing Field, they're in competition. Playing Field's new,
Yeah.
as I know.
This is going to be a tight race
It's
because
tight.
all 5 of the shows are very good.
Yeah.
The Zony project is the only one that's not filmed in the studio. It's actually filmed
Yeah.
outside of the TOP studio.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Each of the shows has something really strong going for them. So I mean, if I had to pick who I think is going to win,
Absolutely.
it'd be a tough choice.
It
I'd
would
say that
be.
they all have an equal chance of winning.
And they're both actually, 3 of them are original productions, and the other 2 are sports original productions. So it
Yeah.
kind of depends on the viewer's preference as
Exactly.
well.
And I like that we do have a broad range.
We do
in
have
this
broad range,
category.
and I'm kind of happy they're in the same category. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's great. Next nomination?
Sure.
You want to go into one?
Yeah. You said that you were most likely to be famous in television.
Yes, I am.
Who are you up against? I know we have it here.
Um,
Here we go.
Sam Damasio, I'm
Sam
pretty
Damasio,
sure.
Anthony Hill, and
Yeah.
Chris Servatis.
I mean, I don't think I have a chance. Those are all great people. They're all seniors, pretty sure. So maybe I'll make my way up. I'm only a sophomore, so
Maybe there'll
But-
be a twist, and all 4 of you will end up
winning a tie.
because
That would be incredible to see a tie tonight. I know you were at the Aussies last year. Did
I
you
was.
see a tie?
I don't recall there being a tie. But
it could
you know,
happen. The Oscars had a tie recently.
Yeah.
That was a little weird.
That
was
was a
Zero
little
Dark
strange.
30 for the graphics or something.
it was for sound design. Yeah.
And yeah, it was strange. But that could happen tonight.
There
That
could be a
happen
little bit of
tonight.
shake-up.
Yeah.
Now that we've gone over most likely to be famous in TV, though, we might as well just talk about
into radio. Yeah.
Most likely to be famous in
You?
radio. Myself,
Yep.
Alan Wenger, if you didn't catch the name earlier. Michael Keeley, who Chris Lewin just talked to outside. Jessica Salomone, who is the incoming GM of WNYO.
That's
and
big
John
things.
Mangello, who is a host of Four Guys in a Booth along with me.
Your great friend.
great
you're
friend.
You're up against one of your best friends.
I'm up against one of the funniest people I know, the
Yeah,
incoming GM and the voice of Laker hockey for the past
Yeah.
4 years.
There's a lot of competition in these. I'm excited.
I'm going to be honest right now. My chances are slim. And
So we might both not walk away with Aussies, but maybe next year, and who knows, maybe even this year.
hey,
We have a lot of great people going up against us. It's just nice. There's actually a lot of good competition, so it's cool to see. It's cool to see.
yeah.
Um,
To going, let's take this into journalism now. We've talked
Okay.
about most likely to be famous in
Yes.
TV and radio. Kind of an award that goes along with that, most likely to succeed in journalism.
more focused on the Oswegonian.
Yeah. The nominees for that is Ryan Deffenbaugh, who is going to be the incoming editor-in-chief for the Oswegonian.
That's great.
Amy Hirsch, who is the current editor-in-chief for the
Yeah.
Oswegonian.
She's incredible.
And then we have Seamus Lyman and Luke Parsnow. All 4 incredible writers.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that Amy I see her running around all the time. It's just nice that we have a lot of dedicated members actually getting recognition. I know me and you and, a lot of people at the station work hard as well. All our media orgs work really hard. It's nice to kind of have this, show just to, almost, thank our students for doing what they do and kind of getting some recognition. So I think that's great.
Exactly. And looking through these people who are most likely to be famous, some of these people are involved with more than just one media family.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Seamus is involved with TOP News.
He comes in on the morning news a lot,
Yeah.
from what I know, top in the morning.
Obviously, John Mangello and I are both on
News,
WNYO
yeah.
and WTOP.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's just a testament to how great these organizations are here on the SUNY Oswego campus.
Absolutely.
You know, the fact that we're allowed to be part of more than just one. And I got to say, we have a nice media family
Everyone,
going here.
yeah, we all have great chemistry, and that's really nice to know, because I don't really know many schools that, they don't do all three together, so that I know of. We do a lot, and we plan a lot of events together, and it's really nice that we could all come together.
Yes. So I think we've talked enough for
Yeah.
now. I think we should
We'll
throw
get
it
more
back
into
out
it
to
later.
we should throw it back out to the red carpet and see what's going on out there.
Absolutely.
Guys from OSU, the Oswego Sports Update, and we have Adam Rumsick, Evan Callis, Blaze Hill, Joe Manganello, and Brian Tosti. The whole crew is here. And Evan, we're going to start with you, the producer of this program. How does it feel to be nominated for an Ozzie Award?
I mean, it feels pretty good again. Just to be nominated is a thrill. But we have a good competition this year, and hopefully we can take it home.
Now, I know you guys are more known for the program as well, but you guys also have a very famous commercial spot on WTOP as well. That little joking rivalry between Adam and Joe as well. Is that something that you really see on air between you two?
Well, I tell you what, we're pretty competitive people, but when we get on that set, we're one big group, and we get things done, and I like the chemistry between us.
Now, is that the truth, Joe?
Absolutely. I mean, we've been working together since we were freshmen. So, I mean, we're competitive, no doubt, but we work better as a team. So.
Now, four of you guys, Adam, Blaze, Joe, and Brian, are nominated for 2 awards. 3 of you guys are nominated for 2 of you are for play-by-play awards, Adam and Brian, and then Joe and Blaze are nominated as well for Best WNYO Sports Show. That's for the Trifecta, which airs Saturday mornings from 10 to 2. So we're going to start off with the Trifecta. How does it feel for that program to be nominated? You guys have been on for 2 years now, too. So were you guys excited when you got the email saying that you were one of the nominees?
Yeah, absolutely. The Trifecta is something we work really hard on. Unfortunately, Joe and I can't take all the credit. A lot of the credit does go to Josh K. He's really in charge of that whole shindig. And Joe and I just show up and provide the good on-air banter, but it's still nice for the show to be recognized because we really do work hard to put out a good product.
Yeah, I second that. I mean, Josh K works his butt off to keep us organized and keep us in line. It's a good product. I'm glad that we got recognized this year.
Now, Adam, I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off for a few seconds as I walk down to Brian Tosti right here, who is nominated for the best play-by-play announcing for WTOP's hockey broadcast. You and your partner, Chris Servatis, have been nominated. You're going up against Michael Keeley, Connor Corcoran, Adam Rumsick, and Joe Manganello. Obviously, that's my fault there. As well as Matt Stone and Josh K, as you guys just mentioned, who works on the Trifecta. So how does it feel to be nominated for such a high-class award?
Well, it's a real big honor. Chris and I have worked very hard this year, as have all the nominees for that entire category. We've worked very, very hard to put on a good broadcast. It's really going to come down to the wire. All 4 teams are very, very good at what they do. They come into work, they put on a good broadcast, and they just try as hard as they can. And a lot of us are looking at that as a career as well. So a little bit of a little rivalry there, not only here in the Aussies, but maybe once we get out onto the field.
I'll walk my way back to your competitor, Adam. And Adam, how is it for you getting nominated for Play-by-Play Award?
Well, coming in, we really weren't expecting it, but we had a good basketball year. Myself and Joe really worked well together. We were on most games together, and we're young, so maybe the older guys might take it this year, but it'll be competitive, like you said, down to the wire, and we'll be back next year for sure.
And for those of you who might not have never listened to an Adam and Joe basketball broadcast, let me tell you, you're missing out. You're going to want to listen in for that clip because these guys are fantastic. Even if it's not an exciting game, these gentlemen make it exciting, and they know their stuff.
Well, just one of the many things to look forward to in this 2013 Ozzie Awards. Guys, congratulations. Once again, Oswego Sports Update nominated for Best Original Production on WTOP. Now, guys, back to you in the auditorium.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Adam Rumsick, too. I know he is up for a lot. He is
up for Best
widely
Play-by-Play
involved.
team with Joe Manganello for basketball.
Yep.
They're very good.
Absolutely. We have a lot more people nominated. So, Alan, who I heard you talking about most successful in broadcasting. Who do we got nominated for that?
And by the way, this isn't a cigar. This is a comm studies noisemaker, I guess you can call it.
I think they handmade these, Alan. I think that's what they did.
Yes.
And it's really nice that they dedicate their time.
The finest material only for the comm department here at SUNY Oswego.
I mean, call me out on it, but I'm pretty sure this is real 24 karat gold, and I know 24 karat gold when I see it.
Yeah, yes. You have a keen eye for 24 karat gold.
You know me, and you
That's
know I do.
something that you know very well.
All right, Alan, so let's get into the nominees.
All right, yes. So we talked about we talked about most likely to be famous and in radio and in TV and in journalism, but there's two other categories that people are being nominated for tonight, which are huge.
Right.
And that's most likely to succeed in broadcasting and most likely to succeed in PR.
It's a big
so
one.
we should start with the PR first,
Okay.
right? Most likely to succeed in PR. We'll go through the nominees quickly, throw it back out to the red carpet. Christina Bourne, Bridget Jackson, Kara Elmheim, and Megan Ryan. So
all right,
it'll
and
be
good luck to
interesting
all those nominees.
Yeah, so when we come back, we'll tell you the nominees for most likely to succeed in broadcasting. But let's throw it back out to the red carpet.
London quite nicely.
I think so too.
I think we coordinated on accident. Oh.
Me?
Yeah, you're like.
All right, guys, Molly Matak here with the beautiful cast of The Playing Field this evening. You guys look like you are dressed to the nines. Do you guys coordinate this?
Yeah, I'm a little coordinated.
Oh my God.
I figured.
Getting ready, of course.
Matchy. All right, so you guys are up for Best Original Program for The Playing Field, but twist, Matt Stone and Dan I are also nominated for Cutest Couple. I mean, look at those two. What do you guys think about that?
They're so adorable.
I'll let Dan go.
Here, what do you think about being Cutest Couple?
It's something we work for, and every night, talk for a little while before we go to bed. We're roommates, so you got to have that connection. I think we put in the work. I think we deserve it.
And we have fights too, because I do remember Dan threatened Matt last week.
Hey, do you guys remember that time that? Do you guys remember that time Matt threw a pen?
Yeah.
Remember that time?
Listen, the show gets heated, but that's what it's all about.
I mean, sometimes Cutest Couple has to have the most passion between them. You know what I mean?
Those are usually the couples that work out the best.
Definitely. So about your competition in the Best Original Programming, what do you think your chances are tonight?
Well, there's a lot of good shows on WTOP, and obviously OSU is the other sports show that we're going against, and we're very good friends with a lot of the guys on that show, so we're excited, and hopefully we'll see what happens.
Oh, nice.
We want to win, but obviously we're going to be happy for whoever does.
Especially with us in OSU, we have a really good rivalry on camera, but off camera, we're all still friends, and especially with the other ones with the Witching Hour, Zoni's project, we're all very good
luck
friends.
to everybody.
Awesome. Great team players here. We're going to send it back inside for now.
She doesn't want to get. All right.
All right,
Welcome
thanks
back.
out there. We actually got a great interview about the playing field, so that's nice to know that we have some new original productions coming onto the red carpet. Right now we have Tyler Edick.
Who
What are you
is nominated for? Oh, sorry. Go ahead and tell us.
I believe it is most likely to succeed in broadcasting.
Now, that is a big
That's a competitive
one,
category.
yeah.
Let me just read the
Read 'em
nominees
off.
for you quick, all right? Matt Bishop, the new GM of WTOP.
He'll be here tonight.
Tyler Edick, who's sitting right next to us right now. Nicole Carlozzi. Joe Wilcox, who is going to be the incoming Vice President of Operations for WTOP.
yep.
And Ben Gordon, who is the outgoing
General Manager.
of WTOP.
It's going to be a tough
It's a
one.
tight race.
They're all
Tyler.
running around like crazy.
Do you feel intimidated at all?
Well, I'm actually the only one of the four guys who hasn't held an e-board position, so
So you should be proud.
it's definitely going to be some tight competition.
Absolutely.
And we've been talking back and forth on Twitter and stuff. Just kind of joking.
Is it feisty on Twitter? Are you nervous? Are you arguing?
No, they're all good guys. So I said at the very least I'll be fourth most likely to succeed. So
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Now, my question for you is, if you win, can you give us a small preview of your acceptance speech? Are you going to rap it? Are you going to do something special?
right here. No, I'm just kidding.
As you have, as
You
pull
don't
out a
have it
scroll-
pre-written because me and Alan do. We have around 5 pages of loose leaf. I remember measuring it out before for our speeches when we
5
went.
8x11s easily.
8x11s.
Yeah.
8x11s. Yeah. I remember measuring it out. So you don't have anything prepared, but you know up here.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been preparing my speech for 4 years now, so
So
it'll be good.
you've been a part of the broadcasting and comp studies program for for 4 years now. I know that you interned with David Letterman. Sum up your time here at Oswego in a few words.
In a few words, even a lot of people say it, and it's pretty cliche. Like if they went somewhere else, they probably wouldn't have had the same experience, and I definitely think that's true.
Yeah.
My 4 years, one opportunity has led to the next, and now I actually just received a full-time position with the Alumni Association.
Wow,
So
congratulations.
I'll be in Oswego for a couple more years at least.
That's good to hear for us. We like to see a lot more of you here around here, Tyler. It's a great thing. Tyler, I'm going to ask you one more thing. Would you mind helping me throw this confetti that they provided me with? So grab a little. Alan, do you have your confetti?
I did not receive confetti, but I still have
this is a little awkward that me and Okay, well, are you ready on three? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Happy Aussies, everyone. This is great.
Happy Aussies. Tyler, thank you for stopping by and talking with us.
Thank you.
Thanks for grabbing me.
Thanks
And
so much.
We wish you the best of luck.
It's not often that I'm on the air.
I'm
Well,
happy for you. We're
hopefully-
looking forward to it.
We'll be seeing you at the podium later.
All right.
So we're going to throw it back out to the red carpet and see what they have for us out there. So take it away, guys.
All right. Good stuff.
Awesome.
I don't have to.
That was fun.
All right, guys, Mom and Matat out here on the Aussies red carpet with some of our social media royal court, I guess you could say. We have Heather Casey, Alyssa Levenberg, we have Pat Kavlin, and Adam Shear, some of our nominees for social media kings and queens. Now, what are your guys' opinions on social media? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it?
I think social media has become such an integral part of communication and broadcasting, and we've really seen that this year with our expansion at WTOP with social media, everything from storm coverage on my end to election coverage with the news, and even original productions using it to help promote what they're doing. And I think that it's really great that we have incorporated it so well this year, and the base that we've grown with it. And I think that it's great because it gives WTOP and other media organizations a ton of exposure.
Absolutely. So girls, what makes good social media? What makes a good tweet?
What I like about it is I actually tweet for the school, and
this is fun.
It's personal. It's me, a SUNY Oswego, talking to you, a student. Okay, something's going on in the campus center. You can tell me that right now, and I can get it out to the rest of the campus in 140 characters or less.
Awesome. Right, definitely an integral part of our communication here on campus. Now, the big question is, who's better at social media? I mean, that's the question we came here to ask. I mean, any bold predictions from anyone for this evening?
Well, I mean, in terms of the other competitors, including Pat for Social Media King, I do have more Twitter followers than both of them combined, so I think I stand a good chance.
All right.
Well, I'd like to ask Adam here. Adam, how long have you had your Twitter account?
Probably about 5 years.
Okay, I just got my Twitter account this summer. So
just
I mean,
see in a few minutes.
Ratio-wise, followers per year, I don't know how that works out. Ladies, any comments? Are we?
I'm a kind of YouTube famous around here.
Oh, YouTube famous. All right.
I get freshmen all the time coming up to me asking me away.
Exactly. A bunch of famous people here on the red carpet. But for now, I'm gonna send it back inside to Christine Allen.
Here we go. Thanks, guys, and we're going to throw it to a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to have more coverage for your 2013 Aussies. Lots and lots more. We'll see you in a few minutes. I'm Christy Summers.
And I'm Alan Wenger.
Just kidding. See you in a few.
Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Make sure to tweet at us at WTOP10.
I didn't even realize it said
Yeah, we're actually
these
pretty
cards.
professional here. So let's get into more than nominees, Alan. We have a lot more to cover.
There are some serious awards, like we went over some of the most likely to succeed awards, but there are some fun awards
There's
here
some
tonight.
really funny ones.
There's a Lifetime Achievement-esque award tonight that's being handed out, and that is
most likely to live in Oswego after graduation. And that's going to WTOP and WNYO's own.
Yeah, from
Tim
what I
LeMay.
hear, it's one nominee, but the joke is still great, and I still love the fact that it's an award in general.
Yes, and if there's one nominee, there's a pretty good chance he's going to get it. If
Yeah,
I'm doing
I'm
my
gonna
math
go with the yes.
right, I'm not great when it comes to probability, but common
Congratulations, Tim. Maybe. So
sense, maybe. So
We'll see.
There's another funny one here, another fun award. Most likely to open a PR firm and hire their friends.
That's actually pretty great. Who are the nominees for that?
The
one?
nominees for that are Carly Rollins, Tori Stort, and Taylor Stein.
Interesting. That's I've never even known that. About that award. So
Okay.
I'm just stuttering.
One interesting thing that I want to know about the PR awards is most of them are being handed out to girls.
Yeah.
And it's funny because most of our PR students here at Oswego are women.
They are, yeah,
and,
they're all
and that's
women.
just how it is nationwide. I remember
Yeah.
taking a PR class here, and they said that literally, a high number of percentage of PR students are females.
And there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. We run the world. Speaking of Beyonce, speaking of music, the music
Speaking of
is
the Queen.
Yeah, first of all we have music bumping. And speaking of the Queen of America, besides Beyonce, we have a nomination called Social Media King and Queen. We have 3 nominees: Adam Shear, Pat
For the guys,
Kavlin.
yes.
Oh yes, for King, Adam Shear, Pat Kavlin, and Seamus Lyman.
This is a tough one.
It's tough. It's really tough. All of them tweet like crazy.
Pat Kavlin probably has like 17,000 Twitter followers. Seamus Lyman, I love him.
And
I see him on Twitter all the time. But Adam
Shear is the king. He's
Shear,
crazy. He loves his social media.
The award should be called Social Media God. And
Yeah,
it should be
God.
given to him, not
God.
Social Media
God
King.
and Goddess.
Maybe like a Lifetime Achievement Award for most tweets at their
Right.
time here in Oswego.
Absolutely. And we have Queen too. Katie Sawe, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Heather Casey and Alyssa Levenberg.
This will be a tight one because Heather Casey and Alyssa Levenberg.
They're both the social media coordinators for SUNY Oswego, are they not?
Yeah, so they work not only with WTOP and WNYO, they work directly with the school.
With the school. I know that Alyssa has her own, is it a web series on the Oswego.edu page? So that's really incredible to know that. I know Alyssa's a freshman, so good luck to her. She has a great chance, I think, and I think all of them do.
Yeah. There's an award somewhere in here called Most Likely to be a Comm Professor. I think you have that in
I
your
do
cards.
have it. Susan Burnett, Sarah Cooper, Katie Sawe, and
Hisfacio
Hassan.
It is a hard name to pronounce, but I know Hisfacio personally. Very nice guy. I think that's an interesting award because, it's nice to see that we're almost raising teachers.
Exactly,
in a
that's
way.
what I was thinking. It's cool, and we have a lot of really fun, cool comm professors here, so it's nice to know that they think that they're fun and cool too.
Yeah. No, you know what I will say about the comm professors here?
Mhm.
They're very cool.
They're very cool.
Like Jason Zenner, Professor Jason Zenner is the definition of cool, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. No, honestly, I've had nothing but fun in my
Yeah,
classes
my time here at SUNY Oswego, all of them are great. I know most of the professors in general. I'm actually a cinema and screen studies double major, and all the professors are fun there too. It's
Yes.
great to know that we have a big media love.
Oh yeah, and a night like tonight is a great way to just just have pride.
Celebrate,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like we have pretty much a packed house here, and we're not
We
even
do,
going to start
we
for a
really
few more
do.
minutes.
Absolutely.
But the music is bopping. People are just having a good time.
Absolutely.
I could see the trophies from here, but I still cannot tell what shape they're in.
We cannot see them that well to know if they're stars yet. But we'll get back to you guys. Let's take a quick look at the red carpet again, and let us know what's going out there, guys.
Thanks, guys. Now I'm joined out here once again on the red carpet by Mike Tanzini, host of Talkin' Sports with Mike Tanzini, and Josh Kay, host of The Trifecta, both on WNYO, and they're both up for the award of Best Talk Show on WNYO. And Mike, we're going to start with you. The Talkin' Sports with Mike Tanzini program airs from 6 to 7 every Sunday night on WNYO. It's in its 3rd semester now on air. What have you been putting into the program over the past 3 semesters to get it up to Ozzie nomination status?
Well, the first semester we started out was more of just me talking and trying to get the feel of things, get the feel of the board. Second semester we tried to implement some more segments. We also did a interactive bracket where we ranked the worst sports teams for franchises of all time. We're also doing that again this year. We're actually ranking the top 32 sports movies, and it's a NCAA style bracket. This semester we've integrated a lot more sound effects. Try to make it more light, just like a regular commercial sports talk show.
And Josh, we had Joe Manganello and Blaze Hill, your 2 co-hosts. on the Trifecta. Trifecta is in its 4th season on WNYO from 10 to 12 every single morning, every Saturday morning on WNYO. And Josh, why don't you tell us about the Trifecta?
Well, it's something that we put together a few years ago, and the big thing for us is we like to get athletes from Oswego to come in. We've had some hockey players, basketball, all different sorts of athletes kind of giving their story. So, it's fun, and it's a good, healthy competition. I'm certain Mike sent in a good clip, and he's ready to go. But no, it's fun, and I enjoy it, and we look forward to continuing to do it next year.
Now, guys, it's a good competition here. One reason why your program should win. You're also going against the Sunday Hangover, too, we have to mention, who won last year in the best overall show on WNYO. One reason why your show should win. We'll start with talking sports.
I think it's the perfect balance of humor and sports information.
Josh, to you.
We like to capture the local aspect of Oswego, get the sports that no one really talks about here in Oswego, and we like to talk to the athletes about that.
Local side versus humorous side. We'll see which way the judges go for during the 2013 Ozzie Awards coming up soon. Guys, back to you.
All right, welcome back. We actually have most likely to succeed in journalism nominee here. Tell me if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Seamus Lyman.
That's right.
It's Seamus. Seamus.
Oh, it's Seamus. I should have known.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just
I was
kidding.
thinking
Seamus
that.
and I, we're pretty good friends. We
Yeah.
can joke around like that.
We definitely can.
Seamus, first question for you. You are up against Ryan Deffenbaugh, Luke Parsnow, and Amy Hirsch. How does it feel knowing that you're going to lose tonight?
All right. Well, I'm just honored to be here. This is great, and this is really glad. This is a fun time. Really looking forward to it. Ryan and Amy, they're great. Luke's great. Luke's going to be my assistant next year, so it's going to be great.
Nice. Can you talk about the position you got at the Oswegonian for next year?
Yeah, I'm going to be the news editor. I'm moving up from assistant news editor to news editor, so I'm going to be running this section. Yeah.
And are you looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. I'm really excited for it.
Awesome. You actually had a story that was nominated for Best Investigative Story, Elevator Issues Going Up, and you wrote this with your fellow nominee, Ryan
That is
Deffenbaugh.
funny. I like that. I like that title.
First of all, who came up with the title, you or
Yeah,
Ryan?
that's what I would like to know.
If I remember correctly, it was a collaborative effort between a bunch of us on e-board at the Gonian, so, it's...
So
Who knew that 4 words could sum it up so well?
Yeah. Why don't you go a little depth of what that's about?
Well, basically, we saw that a lot of elevators on campus and just everywhere on campus were not working a lot. So we decided to look into it, ask some questions, and that's what our article's about, just finding out what's wrong with the elevators.
That's very true. I know that personally. The elevators never work. Luckily, I'm on the first floor of Onondaga Hall, so I never actually have to deal with it.
Unfortunately, I live on the 4th floor, but I'm okay with using the stairs for 4th floor
You're
walks.
one of those. You're one of those.
Seamus, you are
Very
also
athletic.
on the Friday morning TOP newscast. How does it feel being involved with both
Kind of.
media organizations?
Yeah, I'm not really a full member of that newscast, but I do go on a lot and write early. Usually I'm on early in the show. Yeah, so I talk about top reads in the paper. So they're a great group of people. They do a very good job. And this morning it was great. So I'm glad they're nominated for something.
It's really great that we can, come together at Oswegonian and WTOP and, have Seamus on TV for us. It's nice to combine efforts. It's great. It's nice to see it happen.
Yes. Now, you had a new paper come out this morning. Kind of give us a quick rundown of what's in this paper up here.
The biggest thing this week is registration problems and advisors and how they deal with registration with students.
Hashtag registration probs.
Pretty much, yeah. Definitely that. So that was pretty much the main thing with Ryan and Amy. They worked together on that. Other than that, there's a big cicada thing. There's bugs coming.
That's creepy. I'm not looking forward to that. I don't know about you guys out there.
They're always around. It's just there's going to be more this year.
Yeah, see, I thought it was what's the bug that comes around every 4 years? I thought that was a cascada, no? Or am I saying that right? Cascada? Cicada. Isn't Cascade the famous techno singer? Cascade?
I think that's Cascada.
Or is that the
Cascade.
detergent? Is that the dishwashing detergent?
You know music
Cascade?
better than I do.
Apparently I don't.
Seamus, one quick question. If you win, do you have an acceptance speech prepared? And if you do, can you give us a little preview of it right now?
I do have one prepared. I just thought of it 30 seconds ago, but I cannot tell you what it is.
Can you at least give us a hint of what it will entail?
Yeah.
Will there be Magic Mike-like dancing?
We're Preferred.
I will give you a hint that you will understand, and it contains the word keychains.
Keychains. Keychains will be involved with Seamus's acceptance speech for his potential Ozzie.
I'm really excited for you,
Seamus, are you
It's gonna be a
excited for
big
tonight?
deal.
All right.
Absolutely.
Seamus, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for coming out. Absolutely. Let's take it out to the red carpet outside, shall we? Let's see what's going on out there, guys. All right.
As you guys can see out here, once again, we're on the red carpet. It's dying down out here. The carpet is empty. The campus center is dying down. And it looks like we are getting ready for the second annual Ozzie Awards. A lot of great nominees. We were talking to Mike Tanzini and Josh Kay, who are up for Best Sports Show. Mike Healy, Connor Corcoran for the Play-by-Play Award. We talked to OSU, Playing Field, Social Media, Kings and Queens as well. Everybody is now inside the auditorium and ready, and now we're going to send it back inside to Christy Summers and Alan Wenger and the start of the 2013 Ozzie Awards.
And thank you, guys. Now we're going to throw it to a quick break. When we come back, we will have some more coverage.
And hopefully I'll be sitting next time when we come back.
Hopefully, of the 2013 Aussies. Stay with us.
The Lakers oust Cortland 50 to 98-20. Something like that.
I'm Linda Keller. I graduated from Oswego way back in 1981. And my favorite TV station way back then, of course, WTOP.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
You're watching Oswego Sports.
Update.
The 2013 Aussies, I'm Alan Wenger.
And I'm Christy Summers.
And we're sitting here bopping out to some music.
Yep, absolutely. Now we have the creator of the Zonies Project. Absolutely. Now, what are you nominated for?
We are nominated for Best Original Television Production, I believe.
That's exciting. Can you tell us a little bit about the Zonies Project?
The Zonies Project is actually, this is its second year. We were nominated last spring as well. It is a very fun project in which we eat on television, which, you know, not every school gives you the opportunity to make a show about eating.
Now, there's an interesting backstory to your show. There's a reason why you made the show in the first place. Something to do with a honors thesis?
No, actually, it's an interesting notion you got there. I'll tell you the whole story. Me and my roommate had this idea to, actually it was her idea, I'm going to give her credit for it, to just eat our way through the entire Zonies menu because we're huge Zonies proponents. And
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we were going to do it like we were going to pay for 50 calzones. We were legitimately going to pay. And then we ended up having this idea that maybe we could use this as kind of like a sponsorship sort of thing. So eventually, long story short, Zonies is our show sponsor. They gave us all the Zonies for free. It was kind of like a sponsored-centric show, and that is what inspired my honors thesis. My honors thesis is about 1950s-style formatted shows in which a sponsor owned an entire program, and whether or not that model works in 2013. So I used the Zonies Project as kind of a vehicle to study that.
That's incredible. And you know what the best part about the Zonies Project is the fact that you actually decided to record it. So all the viewers can watch around campus, know what the best Zonies are, what would you say is the least favorite Zonie?
Oh, ham and broccoli, I want to say. That was like one of the first ones. Awful. Awful. But when we started the show, we realized, you know, there's 50 calzones. We had less than 10 collectively between 4 people. And at the end of it, we had tried all of them, and our favorites had changed. We had a lot of experiences. We had a lot of cheese along the way. It was a great trip.
How many episodes in total have you made so far?
It's a 13-episode series, so it's
Wow.
like an actual television show.
I feel like it's always on WTOP too. Every time I turn on the
Seems to me
TV.
the Christmas episode is on year-round.
Exactly.
It really is. It brings us right back into the season every time I see the Christmas episode. So also what I've noticed is that Zonies is a chain. I didn't know that. I thought it was just in SUNY Oswego, and my friend goes to SUNY Fredonia, and he loves Zonies. So at what point do you plan on traveling when you graduate to the other Zonies?
I have to say I have been to a couple more Zonies. I'm actually from Rochester, been to the Rochester one. I think I went to the Syracuse one. It did start in Oswego, though. It's originated at least in central New York and then has kind of spread it around upstate New York. So it's kind of all over the place, which is cool because it translates well a little bit. So, like, people in the SU kind of know who we are. I'm like, oh, I know what Zonies is. I can eat that. I can relate.
You're like, you don't know Zonies. Like, I know Zonies. No, they don't know.
Now looking at the other nominees for Best Original Production tonight, your show is the only show out of those 5 nominees
Out of studio.
who does not tape. Yeah, out of studio. You guys do not
Yeah.
tape in the WTOP studios. What are some of the challenges about, taping, filming outside of the studio and editing the show later?
I don't even know if there's. I actually kind of like the freedom of taping outside of the studio. Kind of go rogue. We do our own. We have we set our own schedule, sort of. Our executive producer Lee Russin has been very gracious to us. We just kind of give her episodes as they come up. We did all of our filming last year, and then they're kind of in post-production right now. But being outside the studio gives us the option to go into the dorms and ask people and stuff like that. We're not limited to a desk, and we would dirty that desk. We would destroy that studio. You can't eat in there.
You can't. And, I know it's hard to clean the grease off of those desks, from what I heard. So thank you for staying outside the studio. We love your show. Thanks so much for staying with us, Shannon. Let's go to some of the more nominees that we have left, shall we?
We are taking a look
Excuse me.
around the
Ozzie room.
The
Our
Ozzie
producer
room.
is confusing us right now. We're going to go into more of the nominees right now because I don't understand what they're
Yes.
telling us.
Oh, look, it's our producer, Kelsey Valentine, right now.
Producer!
She just wanted to be on air.
How are you doing? I'm great. Kelsey, thanks for stopping by. We've heard that you've produced the entire Ozzie show. Is that true?
That is 100% true. It
And-
took about a week.
And is it also true that this is your second time you've ever been on air for WTOP? Last night being your first night on.
This is a
really big deal for you.
It's pretty exhilarating being on camera for the second time in 2 days in my entire life. It's interesting. It's a different feeling.
I'm starstruck.
And I know that, yeah, absolutely. And I know you're always behind the camera, so this must be a completely different thing for you.
I think now that she's here, this is a good time to talk about who we have working on the show right now.
Absolutely. We would like to thank all our crew tonight. Shout out to Chris O'Neill, one of
Chris
my dear
O'Neill.
friends. He is sitting in the back control room, so lonely, while I just am exposed to so much friendship. And it's just, I feel bad for him, but he's doing a lot for us tonight. So thanks so much, Chris O'Neill. Thanks so much to all our camera people. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, Chris O'Neill. And also, you've been looking at mine and Christy's beautiful faces,
For
but
a
what you
long
haven't
time.
seen are people running back and forth trying to get this show together.
And they deserve just as much credit
Yes. You know what? Maybe next year they should give an Ozzie
to the
to
best
the
crew.
Ozzie pre-show.
Ozzie pre-show. I think that's a great idea. I think we should talk to Kelsey about that for next year.
Ozzie
Absolutely.
Inception. Ozception, if you will.
Yeah. So, Kelsey, how do you feel about going into some more of the nominees tonight?
How do I feel about
Looking into some more nominees for tonight.
That's great.
That's great? All right, so we have the cutest couple for Ozzie's 2013. This is going to be a really, really tight squeeze for tonight. And we have
Yes.
Janelle and Cassandra Genoa. We have Sarah and Monica Seraph, Dan I and Matt Stone.
This.
All great, great people, and they are all in love with each other. There's no doubting that.
Oh yes. This is it really. I could see it going to either one of these three.
Absolutely.
pairs.
I know Janelle and Cassandra have been producing together for many years.
They've been helping put together this whole show, like what we're about to see after
Absolutely.
this
They're
pre-show,
very
if you will.
involved.
They've been running around all night.
I know Sarah and Monica are also really involved in the comm department, more communication, social interaction side of it. And I know Dan I and Matt Stone are literally, they're obsessed with each other.
Yes,
so
they are literally obsessed with each other, like you just said.
They're more brothers than best friends, and they're roommates, and I'm pretty sure that they sleep in the same bed. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong about
We
that.
can ask them. It would be cool actually if we could bring them on for an interview, but
Maybe at some point.
that time is probably past.
And Dan, I, and Matt Stone have also produced the new show, sports original production called The Playing Field, who is also up for Best Original Production, up against Oswego Sports Update once again. Big competition. I'd love to see who won tonight. So moving forward.
Let's talk about some WNYO shows.
Absolutely. We haven't talked much about radio.
Yes, we haven't talked that much about
Besides
radio.
Seamus.
Well,
Oh, no,
Seamus
excuse
is
me, not
Oswegonian.
My mistake, Seamus. We
It's
love
okay.
you. We love you.
WNYO. Let's talk about Best Talk Show for a minute.
Yeah.
We have Terribly Mediocre with
Tim LeMay
with
and Rob
Tim,
Camille.
Yes, Tim LeMay and Rob Camille, who are both a part of WTOP.
Yeah.
And WNYO.
Multicultural in media.
The Girl Factor, starring two Gabbies,
Our very
Julian
own.
and Nicole.
Yeah.
And
Julie
finally,
McCarthy.
Four Guys in a Booth, a show that I'm involved with, and I have been involved with for 6 semesters.
You're a big part of 4GB.
I am. I am actually one of the hosts. We were nominated last year and lost. Hopefully this year
Are you
we'll take home
confident,
the
Alan?
gold.
Are you confident?
I'm always confident. I don't know, if it gets me anywhere, but but we'll just have to see how it works out.
I think it should because from what I hear, you won an Ozzie last year.
I did win an Ozzie
And
last
what was
year.
that for?
Well, actually, we're going to throw it to a break right now, and when we come back, I will tell you.
You should let us know about that
about the
secret that
Ozzie.
you've been hiding.
Stay tuned.
Stay with us.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
We're literally just a couple minutes away
So
from this year's
close.
Ozzie ceremony. My heart is pounding.
Yeah, I'm nervous and also excited. I'm sweating. Let's be real. Hashtag Aussies 2013. They're a big
Hashtag
deal.
Ozzie Sweat
here
2013.
at- Absolutely.
Now, like I said before the commercial break, I am an Ozzie winner. Last year, I won an Ozzie for a Broadcasting 235.
Wow.
And Omi Mello, it was a fake trailer for a fake movie. So I guess a trailer for a fake movie.
Yeah, yeah.
But
a real trailer.
I am an Ozzie winner.
That is incredible. You are famous around these streets of Oswego, New York, Alan Wenger.
I guess you could say I am.
Let's hope that you continue that.
Thank you. I would love to walk away with another
Yeah.
trophy tonight. And I'm looking at the trophies. I still don't know if they're
Yeah,
baseball
stars.
bats or shooting stars or Oscars.
I don't even know. I have no idea, and we'll leave it up to the viewers to determine that.
Maybe they actually took real Oscars
That
from,
would be nice. The real Oscar
The
ceremony.
real Oscars.
So let's get into a very important nomination that we've talked about. Morning News, aka Top in the Morning, has been a huge newscast that we've recently started. It's 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we have a nomination for Best News Team. And that's Monday, May Roberts and Ryan Farrell for weather. Samantha Damasio and Pat Kaplan for weather. And then
Both
we
very
have on
talented.
Fridays, Anthony Hill and Molly Matat. We love all of them, and that is a really hard decision.
I don't even know where I would even start to make my decision for this
I
if I
don't
had to
either.
make this decision.
I don't either. We have for producing Jackie Hart, Sam Damasio, or no, excuse me. Who's the Wednesday morning producer?
That's a great question.
And well, we have Taylor Pugliese
And Olivia.
Olivia, and we have. It's going to be a really tough one, guys. So we're out of time.
We're out of time. That's right, folks. The 2013 Aussies are going to be starting very soon. So, from the Campus Center Auditorium one last time, I'm Alan Wenger.
And I'm Christy Summers. These are the hashtag Aussies 2013.
Enjoy,
Let's take a
folks.
look.
now SUNY Oswego, and welcome to the 2013 Ozzie Award Show. Your host for the evening, okay, that should only be like 30 seconds worth. I just wanted to bask in the attention for a little while. Jeez, really? It'll shut off, I swear. I didn't loop it for the rest of the night. So I had two goals in my life. One was to host the Ozzie Awards. The other was to have an entrance based on Stone Cold Steve Austin's music. So check and check. Thank you everybody for coming to tonight. We're celebrating the best and brightest in the Communications Studies Department. This is the second annual Ozzie Awards. Last year we had such great turnout. We had such a good time. We had to do it again. This culminates the end of Com Week. And Com Week has been just a wonderful experience, a collection of events over the past week put on by our student media organizations, put on by a group of very dedicated students, dedicated faculty who have just tried to go out of their way to make sure that everybody in the Communication Studies Department that does a little bit more than just going to classes gets recognized. So I'd like to thank all of you for making tonight possible. We have a lot of awards tonight, recognizing in-class and out-of-class accomplishments, and some student presenters and me throughout. But to get the night started, our first award is going to be presented by Senior in Public Relations, a leading member of our Student Leadership Advisory Board, and without her, tonight definitely would not have been possible. So please welcome Mary Yeager.
Of course, they gave me this one. So for the first award of tonight, I'm going to be presenting the Best Comm Research. Comm is really based around research, and we are very excited to announce some of the most excellent research in the comm department, and the nominees are...
Karen Burke. Damn it. Why did that work? Sarah Bernier. Oh, Molly Didio.
No. We can play thrift shop again for you. Congratulations. This if you want as well. If you want to, there's a mic.
No, I'm not doing speech.
Order for what he's going to say.
Aren't. Somebody say turn it on.
It's on.
It's on, I promise. Hello? 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 Hi. Our next award is for Best Investigative Story, and our presenter is Janelle Francisco. Nominees are. Nominees.
Oh.
Ryan Duffenbaugh. Jillian Phipps. Luke Parsnow. Seamus Lynn and Ryan Duffenbaugh.
One or the other has to be on.
One or the other?
I think she said either or when she said it. So maybe
Okay. All right. Our next Ozzie is going to be the best play-by-play team, presented by the one who would know, WTOP's anchor, Mike DeWolf.
All right, so there's a lot of goal calls, a lot of three-point shots, a lot of buzzer beaters, but there's been 4 teams throughout the year that have been consistently our best play-by teams, and the nominees are.
Deflected ahead, carried in by Chris Carr. Speeds are on the left side, dropped it back, Kim Carr, scores! It's the Carr connection. Chris to Tim, we're tied again, 2-2.
And the brothers hook up to make it a tie game, Mike, and what a feed by Chris Carr.
They do cheer very loud, though, and Brian, both sides should have a lot to cheer about tonight.
Absolutely. These are two of the most elite programs, not only in the SUNY, in Division III hockey. They are.
Bodies tumbling in the corner. Smith is down in front. Moody scores!
And you know what starts that whole play is quick feet by Chris Muse. He comes back on the play.
Line them up on Bridge Street. The Oswego State Lakers, SUNY champions once again.
Adam, we talked about Michael and Gilks. They had such a big game against Cobleskill on Tuesday. Certainly this team is going to go as far as those senior guards take them.
Yeah, and with that, Michael, you know, we saw a little, he wasn't scoring a lot of points in the beginning of the season. Then he comes back last game with a 15-point showing. Behind the three-point line, he's deadly. And this year, I've seen him a lot more. He's attacking the hoop.
Michael finds Ward out top. The ball gets to Gilks. He attacks the basket. The shot is good. And Chris Gilks, his first bucket of the game. He had 16 points against Cobleskill. It seems like he's much more comfortable in his senior season as a scorer for this team.
Shot clock is off as the Oswego crowd starting to get into it. 10 seconds now. Portland has the ball. Winter, he gets a screen from Manning. He'll drive in, get bumped, no contact. Back on top, steal by Kyle Cobley. 3-2-1, he'll drive in, and the layup is good. There's the buzzer for the first half. 29-28, Portland leads. Huge play for Oswego. Cobley able to pick up a loose ball, push it in to make it just a one-point game. And all of a sudden, the underdog Lakers just down by 1 at the break.
All right. So 4 fantastic teams throughout the year, but only one team could win, and the winner is 2 very dedicated seniors that have put their hard work into WTOP throughout the last 4 years in the sports department, Brian Tosti and Christopher Horvatis.
Do you guys want to make a speech? Here you go, Chris. Go ahead.
As the best dressed person here tonight, I thought it'd be necessary that I say something. I've had a lot of fun with this guy. This year went better than we could have thought it would, I think, for the hockey team. And working with Mike and Connor, you guys have been great to work with. So thank you guys, and thank everybody who I've worked with over the past 4 years.
Yeah, really, this year couldn't have gone better for the two of us, for the entire WTOP program, and WNY. I know you guys had a fantastic year as well. Not only in hockey but in basketball, both programs had fantastic years. So, congrats to all the other nominees, and thanks everybody for all the help that you've done this year. It really means a lot.
Our next presenter tonight is Brittany Danker.
So where's your class if you are wrong in all the right ways? All underdogs. We will never be anything but loud and really gritty, dirty little freaks. Won't you come on?
Okay, so this is the award for most likely to open a PR firm and hire all their friends. And lucky for me, I'm friends with all the nominees, so they are. And the winner is Taylor Stein. You better hire me.
I will. I'll hire all my friends, don't worry.
We thought it was only fitting that since our next award is most likely to become famous in radio, we thought the only person who should present that award is the only one here who has the capacity to become famous in radio. That was bad, wasn't it? Like, that was bad. That was terrible. I apologize. Thank you very much. Could you hit the next two slides so I can do the nominees? Next. The nominees are John Mangello, Jessica Salomon, Alan Wingert, and Michael Keeley. And the Ozzie goes to, I can't wait to listen to you someday, Michael Keeley.
Just a shout out to all the other play-by-play teams. Everybody that was up for that award was very deserving, and I don't know how famous I'll become one day, but I'm going to do my best to not let you guys down. Thanks.
What a jerk I am. Our next presenter, also somebody who without Com Week would not have been possible, Senior Cassandra Genoa.
Correction, I'm a junior.
Oh, that's right, my bad.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, one more year.
She's trying to get rid of me, obviously. So, I know a lot of us, at least me, love social media, probably spend countless hours on it, but only one could be crowned king. So, the nominees are
Seamus Lyman, Adam Shear, and Pat Kavlin.
All right, and the winner is, no surprise here, Adam Shear.
So first of all, to Pat and Seamus, hashtag respect. And to my 705 followers, some of which are in the room, some of which are watching online, and others are on Twitter, thank you for seeing my tweets every day. There's always more to come. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Casey Borchik.
I can't wait to get you on good
Hi guys. So everyone knows about the student organizations that are in the comm department, like WNYO, and those shows are run by the students. Their best dance shows are music shows and dance music, and they do talk shows too. And the award that I'm going to be presenting is the best music show. And the nominees are
The Dance Factory, Pat Cavlin and Sarah De Los Reyes. Stage Dive Sunday, Stephen Radford and Lee Carlson. The Oswego Rock Block, Rob Camille.
Okay, so the Ozzie goes to Stage Dive Sunday.
Boo.
I gotta go.
Casey will accept on their behalf.
Yeah, we'll say runner up at the end of the show. Steve, we're gonna change the winner. We're gonna change the winner.
Okay. Our next presenter here tonight, I've said if there was an award for most likely to be game show host, he would win. Please welcome senior CSI major Kyle Martin.
Thank you very much, Steve. First, I thought you said gang show host.
I said game.
You said gang. Okay. I'm here to present the Ozzie for the best nightly newscast for a week. And there's no nominees, so we get straight to the point. Are there?
Yeah, there are.
And the nominees are.
Live from the Al Roker Television Studio, this is WTOP 10, News at 10.
Well, I am issuing a great day advisory for tomorrow.
Hundreds gathered at the Michigan State Capitol on Saturday to voice their support for both sides of the gun control debate.
A roaming fire in Syracuse started from a welding accident this Sunday evening.
Thanks, guys. Sunday afternoon in Augusta, Georgia.
Tomorrow is a day of possibilities, and that is what is going to make it a great day. I'm Alan Wenger.
And I'm Chrissy Summers. Stay tuned for the rundown. Good night, Oswego.
Thanks for the clip, guys.
Is that it?
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anthony Hill. Patrick Cavlin has the night off.
And I'm Marissa Sarback.
We start tonight's broadcast with the news that broke today in the city of Boston.
So it was beautiful outside today, Ryan.
It really was.
It
was awesome. 68 degrees, lots of sunshine.
Syracuse senior Luke Cometti has been named the Big East Offensive Player of the Week.
Theater has the Tonys, movies have the Oscars, music has the Grammys, and the Oswego Communications Studies Department has the Aussies.
Good evening, Oswego, on this Tuesday night, and thanks for joining. Good evening, Oswego, on this Tuesday night, and thanks for joining us. I'm John Mangello.
And I'm Olivia Eugenio.
The second victim in the deadly Boston Marathon bombings has been identified.
And a mistake in Oswego County scared the public this morning.
Good evening, Oswego meteorologist Robert Camille standing outside the campus center.
Have you ever wondered how to get out of an awkward situation?
And that's it for sports. Now back over to the news desk.
And that will do it for us here. For the entire 10 News team, I'm John Mangello.
And I'm Olivia Eugenio. Stay tuned for Two Girls, One Desk. Good night, Oswego.
It's good. It's going well.
Is that it? And one more. All
right, that went exactly as we planned. And the winner is Tuesday. Whoever's on Tuesday. That's what it says.
Christy Summers, Jordan Dietrich, Olivia Eugenio, John Mangello.
I'd just like to thank everyone because this is my first semester directing, and we've had an incredible time. I mean, am I right?
Yeah, we've had a great time.
I think we are.
You know what the best part about this Ozzie win was? I was a fill-in. So
He was.
awesome. But everybody else, they were all great newscasts. All of you deserve the nomination, and it's just awesome. Thank you.
What did Larissa teach us?
She taught us how to use our Spanish accents.
Thank you, mommies. So what would you like to say? Hola, guapo.
Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you. Woo!
Tuesday. Hashtag Tuesday. Okay, side conversations at the Aussies. Thank you. Okay, so we found out the best best nightly newscast from A Block. It's now time to find out the best nightly newscast from B Week, whatever, from B Week, and to present that award is senior CSI major Emily Mahaffey.
What doesn't kill you makes you strong.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm here to present a somewhat similar award to the one that was just handed out. This, however, is for the best nightly newscast. And the nominees are... Steve, you're...
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, wait. No, that's right.
Live from the...
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jovan Enriquez. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jovan Enriquez.
And I'm Marlena Montero.
We look further off to our west. We do see some rain that's creeping in.
Well, thanks, guys. Well, as James just reported a little while ago, the weather's not going to look too well this weekend.
A circus elephant that was a victim in a drive-by shooting is doing okay.
As part of Governor Andrew Cuomo's New Charge initiative, New York is looking for bidders to help install more than 360 electrical vehicles.
That'll do it for us here. For the entire 10 News team, I'm Jovan Enriquez.
And I'm Marlena Montero.
Get over there.
And the winner is... not Tuesday, but Thursday.
Jovan Enriquez, Marlena Montero, Aaron Wenger, Christina Dunn.
All right, so this is pretty cool. I'm the director, she's the producer, she was one of the anchors, but there's a whole bunch of other people that are behind the scenes to help out who without them, this obviously wouldn't have been possible. So.
Yeah, thank you to everyone on our night of news. We really appreciate it. We couldn't have the show without you.
Thank you to you guys. You guys are the ones that run the whole thing, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you.
Our next presenter, another member of the Student Leadership Advisory Board. You can also catch her on WTOP pretty much every day. Shulis Sam Damasio. Very different.
Okay, so first of all, I want to hear more of the noisemakers because I handed those out to people. Okay, thank you. Not for me. Hold it. Also, oh wait, this isn't what I want to wait for, but let's get on with the award and then I'll get to my next really excited thing because I get excited about little things. All right, so I'm here to present the best feature story for the Oswegonian, our neighbors at WTOP. And the nominees are?
Ryan Deffenbaugh for registration over the years. Pete Sosha, video games used as educational tools. Patrick Malowski, Shaving Heads for Cancer. And Marlena Montero, Young Voice for Homeless.
Okay, so now my really exciting part for the next one. I'm upset that the podium isn't working because I wanted you guys to all hear my favorite part of like award ceremonies. Come here, hold it for me. winner is Pete Sosha.
Pete also was just hired at the Pal Times, so give him a round of applause.
Do you want to say?
So I always think that when celebrities get nominated or win awards and say they don't have speeches prepared, I think they're just BSing. But I really didn't think that I was going to win this award. Kind of just threw it in there because they needed an extra article that week. So thank you to anybody who helped me out with the article, all the professors, Professor Gilligan for giving it a final copy of it in class. So thank you very much. It's an honor, guys.
Frame it, yep.
Our next presenter to present the award for Best Campaign Project, another member of the Student Leadership Advisory Board. You can also give her a couple of extra seconds of applause because this morning she found out that she got an internship at SiriusXM, and at midnight, she's 21. So welcome, Janelle Francisco.
Okay, I'll stop.
Okay, well, hopefully I do it right this time. I'm here to present Best Campaign Project. So these public relations students have been working hard in making their campaign projects. So the nominees are...
We skipped ahead. You're next. This is actually mine, Best Talk Show. I'm the host, and I screwed this up. I have the PowerPoint in front of me, and I screwed it up. Jeanette, stay it. Thank you. Thank you. Everything was going too well. Okay, I'm actually presenting the award for Best Talk Show, partly because of my radio experience, and also because we got some great clips in from the teams at WNYO when they sent in clips for Best Talk Show, and I had a lot of fun listening to the clips. I'm a huge talk radio fan, and I'm a big talk radio fan of what's going on WNYO. So without further ado, the nominees are 4GB, John Mangiaro, Adam Shear, Tyler Baker Carr, Mike Tanzini, and Adam Rosenbacher. The Girl Factor, Gabby Santos. And Terribly Mediocre with Tim LeMay and Rob Schmiel. And the winner is?
You're listening to Four Guys in a Booth.
All I have going for me is my sexual...
4 guys in a booth.
It's okay.
Come on.
I'm okay with that. Which are subpar effects. But you're not going to say it. But I'm not going to say that. So John, what did you do? I think if you're like 45 and you haven't, and the only, sex you had wasn't, willing and you were drugged, then you could say Forever Alone. But not if you're 13 years.
Well, that was appropriate, I think. I didn't know there was going to be children here when we sent that in. Sorry. It means a lot that we won this. We've been working hard at this for a long time, and it's really awesome that we won this. And just because there's 4 of us here, Alan Wenger, Brian Camporese is one of the hosts, Adam Rosenbach, the 4th host, can't be here, but we have a crew of a lot of people. We got Mike Tanzini, Tyler Baker Carr, Travis Clark, and there's a whole bunch of people that help us get the show to where it is. So thank you to them. And to all the nominees, we're trying to make WNYO the place to be for talk radio, and I think we have 3 phenomenal shows. So congratulations to you, and thank you all for this award.
And my back to Janelle for the award I told she was going to present before. Go ahead.
Second try. And the nominees are for Best Campaign.
Team Journey, the Global Lab. The Magic Carpet Initiative. And So Stressed.
And the Ozzie Award goes to... Team Journey, the Global Lab. Woo.
So we had a campaign project for our capstone last semester, and it was a semester-long campaign, and it was very difficult work, but we got through it, and we succeeded, and I think we would all like to thank Professor Dodd for giving us all of the ability to do that. Thank you.
To present our next award, please welcome back Junior Cassandra Genoa.
All right, so sports are huge here, and WNYO has some great talk shows that really present that. So here are the nominees.
Try to pick the conference winners for each conference and a Super Bowl champion.
And I'm going to take the Bears in the NFC, but the Ravens winning the Super Bowl.
NFC? I'm doing a brother v. brother, man. Ravens 49ers. My winner is the Baltimore Ravens.
The Sunday Hangover, Michael Keeley, Taylor Pugliese, and Chris Lobodice.
If Oswego can get the job done tomorrow, I think that's the best matchup. They have the best road to the championship game against Cortland if they can get the 3 seed. So a lot riding on that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to play Cortland till you really have to. So if it ended today, so we go play New Paltz, play Plattsburgh.
Right.
Plus, I mean, it'd be playing Plattsburgh and Cortland, a neutral site, and certainly more Lakers than the Cardinals.
The trifecta, Josh Kay, Joe Manganiello, Blaze Hill.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Talkin' Sports. I am Mike Tanzini, third and long. He takes the snap and he runs and he slides 1 yard short of the first down. You're 300 pounds! You're 300 pounds, man! Run over one of those free safeties, knock his head right off his body, and let it roll to the end zone, and get 1 more yard. Don't slide a yard short. What's going on?
Talking Sports with Tans, Mike Tanzini, Dan Conklin, Dan Amores, and Chris Walters.
And the winner is... Talking Sports with Tans!
Oh my freaking God. I'm completely shocked to be standing here holding this award. Wow. For those of you who know me, I always have something to say for everything. I'm actually completely speechless. I want to thank each and every one of you guys listening week in and week out. I want to thank WNYO. I want to thank Michael Keeley, our sports director, who does a fantastic job. I want to thank my parents for never giving up on me, although I give them a lot of reasons to, but they kept going for it. My family listens every week. All you guys listen. I'm so appreciative of this. Holy crap, this means the world to me, and I really appreciate it. Keep listening. Go Talkin' Sports. Go Oswego.
For our next award tonight, we're actually bringing back a winner from last year who won this exact award. It's cutest calm couple, and one half of last year's winners, Mary Yeager. Old school. Sorry.
So as he said, I was the winner last year, and I was with my little short, redheaded friend, Brianna Hawk, if some of you remember her. But we are glad to pass on the title to this year. So the nominees are...
Sarah Bernier and Monica Sorrell. Janelle Francisco and Cassandra Genoa. Aww. Dan I and Matt Stone.
And the winners are... Sarah and Monica.
This is so sad. This is kind of sad. This right here wouldn't be like what it is today if it wasn't for this guy right here. Because we met in his public speaking class, and I thought she hated me when we first met.
She did.
But she did. She rolled her eyes at me when I about Billy Mays. But
Hi. We are. Just a huge thank you to everyone who's made this possible. Besides the friendship, professors, teachers, other roommates, everybody.
the registrar's office for putting us in the same class. I don't know. But yeah, thanks everybody. Thank you.
Our next presenter, please welcome back our own Foley artist, Sam Damasio.
It's a Foley artist. Oh, got it.
Did you skip that class?
I have a bad vocabulary. Okay, here we go again. Bear with me. Okay, so now I get to present an award. I'm in and out of TOP all the time, and I see a lot of hard work go into these shows. If you go onto our YouTube channel, you can probably look at a lot of them. Kelsey back there in the back, she does it all. Give her a big round of applause. She's the bomb. So now, the nominees for Best Original Program from WTOP are...
Ow! You're on my foot! All right, so 2 girls, 1... I got the title a little off, but oh my god. What is she doing?
Wow. Oh my god. I
don't want to watch that.
I think I might cry. I think I'm gonna start crying.
I did that once in Japan.
Don't YouTube it. Do not
YouTube us quite yet. We are still working on.
Especially if you still want your dinner. Don't.
You know what? We'll be up there soon though. Don't you worry. And it's 2 girls, 1 desk.
Desk.
2 girls, 1 desk.
D-E-S-K.
2 girls, 1 desk. Kelsey Hall, producer.
And he's gonna help me with something.
Zach, why do you keep? Who are you? Why do you keep bringing this guy to sing horrible songs?
He's my mysterious stranger friend. Holly Berry isn't scary. This is Gothica. Look is dead and Holly's easy. This is Gothica.
No! Stop! Cut it! Cut it! Get out! Get out of here! I'm sick of this.
We had like 6 other verses.
No, go.
We had 6 other verses.
No, I don't care about your verses. This movie
you.
does not deserve a song. Do not give it that.
The Witching Hour, Zach Guthrie, producer.
How do I even eat this?
There's no wrong way to Zoni.
What? I'll show you. Okay.
You can eat it with a hat.
You could eat it with a cat. You could eat it as a snack. You can eat it while you pack. You could eat it with a fish.
You can eat it on a dish.
You could eat it drinking tea. You can eat it on one knee. You can eat it as you talk. You can eat it as you walk. You can eat it with a book. You can eat it in a nook.
Oh, you can eat it at noon.
You can eat it with a spoon.
Yeah, now you try.
You can eat it in the shower. No, that was a terrible idea.
The Zonies Project. Shannon Rosano, producer.
OSU, let's throw some stories up for grabs. Joe Manganiello is here and ready to rumble. Mr. Mags, what you got for us?
Fellas, what's the legacy of this tournament going to be? Adam Scott's victory or Tiger Woods' drop?
After all the times Greg Norman came so close, Adam Scott finally brings it home. You see the emotions of this tournament, and it really all comes down to how this tournament finishes off. Adam Scott is the reason we are going to remember this tournament.
I think it's going to be about Tiger Woods. Those 2 strokes, he gets back. He wins that tournament hands down. And even if people don't talk about that, who's Scott's caddy? Mr. Stevie Williams, which was also Tiger's caddy. So it's going to be about Tiger.
Nice
Joe?
way to tie that in.
Oswego Sports Update. Evan Kalis, producer.
are you ready to embrace debate?
They were ready for that 2-3. And he was a no-show last night. I don't think he should have been given that option. He is not the head coach. Well, let me finish.
Should the president have been given the option to resign?
Let me finish.
Should the president have been given the option to resign, or should he?
The president knew what was going on.
There's no loyalty to the team, to the school. People are only.
That's not true. You have coaches that Shaka Smart about that.
But for now, we're out.
We are.
The playing field. Dan I, producer.
And before I want to say the winner, is Lee Russin in the room? Awkward. Okay. And the winner is, I can armpit it this time, I think. Sorry for the next person that's going to hold the mic. And the best original program goes to The Playing Field. Producer Danny. And what a fine-looking crew they are. You guys are slacking. There you go. And you can have the piece of paper.
Wow. Me and Dan had an idea at the beginning of this year that OSU was really the show that we looked to really immaculate, and we had an idea we wanted to create our own show, kind of like First Take on ESPN, if any of you guys have seen it. So we went hard to work. Joe Wilcox, our director, was really instrumental in making the show, so thank you guys.
Yeah, just a couple of thank yous. Thank you to Brian Tosti, Lee Russin for originally pitching our show, and also to our crew. Kelsey Valentine works MCO for us every single week. She's always there. Rob Camille's there doing audio. Brian Ruerman's our teleprompter. And of course, Joe. Joe made all of those split screens, and without him, we're just two idiots arguing for a while.
Yes, it's definitely fun moderating the two idiots, even though they threaten each other sometimes. But yeah, they asked me to be on their show this semester, and it's been a blast just watching these two go at it. And thank you to OSU for, like I said, they're our model. And thank you for all our crew. Kelsey, love you. And yeah, thank you. Oh, and Joe's not talking.
Please welcome back to present another Ozzie, Brittany Danker. Little look into my iPod.
Okay, so I am back to present Social Media Queen. And if Taylor Stein doesn't hire me, I'm going to hook myself up with this person because social media has really become a huge aspect of the CSI world. So when they're blowing up your newsfeed, they're really just fine-tuning their comm skills. The nominees are?
Katie Sauer, Heather Casey, and Alyssa Levenberg. And the winner is?
And the winner is Heather Casey. Congratulations.
It really is an honor just to be nominated in the first place. Number one thank you goes to my mom, who told me to get my act together and stop going on Facebook instead of doing my homework. I manipulated the system enough to get credit to be on Facebook. So big thank you to everybody else too.
Please welcome back to present another Ozzie Award, Emily Mahaffey.
Hi, how is everybody tonight? I'm here to present Most Likely to Become Famous on TV, and the nominees are
Christy Summers, Anthony Hill, Chris Horvatitz, Samantha Damasio.
You ready?
I'm ready.
And the winner goes to Samantha Damasio. Congratulations. Congratulations. I didn't rip it, I'm sorry.
She apologized for not ripping it for me. Wow. I am delighted. Well, I do have a couple of thank yous because I really wouldn't have received this, I don't think, if it weren't for a lot of people on this campus. And I might get emotional because I'm a senior. But if Jackie wants to stand up, and Pat Kaplan. If it wasn't for Jackie going out with me all the time for my stand-ups, especially the last couple weeks, I've been working really hard on my resume reel, and she's been my little sophomore, dragging her out, and she's been carrying my tripod for me and whatnot. So thank you, fixing my hair, my producer. And Pat Kaplan, wherever I may go, I'm not going without you. So thank you very much for this award.
Our next presenter, welcome back, Kyle Martin.
Thank you. All right, I am back. I know you missed me. I am here to present the student who is most likely to be the next comm professor. When I looked at the nominees, I wasn't really sure how the faculty picked them out, but I kind of gathered my own thoughts. Every nominee pretty much helped me or did my homework. So we're just going to go right into the nominees.
Susan Burnett. Sarah Cooper. Katie Cyril. Asfasia Hassan.
And the Ozzie goes to Susan Burnett. Susan, I don't think you were the one who actually helped me, but I'm okay. I'm more than willing to have you help some other time. Yeah, well, you could just take it all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I never did his homework. I hope everybody heard that. I never did. There is time. Thank you to the professors who I have to look up to. And if I get the opportunity to become a comm professor and teach a group that is as fine looking as all of you, I would be very privileged.
Please welcome back to the stage, Casey Borchik.
Okay, so I'm here to present the best morning newscast, and these people make our morning just a little bit better even though we do not want to leave our rooms. And the nominees are?
It doesn't.
Good morning, Megan. Good morning to everyone watching out there.
3 people are left homeless this morning after a fire destroyed their home.
So as I mentioned, it's going to be a cloudy start. The clouds will start to thin out through the afternoon, and I think we'll see some sunshine.
Beautiful day yesterday. I got to get outside and really get some fresh air. So will that weather be sticking around?
Yeah, that's the big question. Is spring actually here? It's been so cold this spring. People have been waiting for it to finally warm up.
Megan Roberts and Ryan Farrell.
Good Wednesday morning, Oswego, and welcome to Top in the Morning on WTOP 10. We'll have a more in-depth look at your top stories in just a moment, but first a quick check of your weather to get you out the door this morning with Chief Meteorologist Patrick Kaplan. Good morning, Pat.
Hey, good morning, Sam. Beautiful day out there this morning, wasn't it?
A little chilly. I'm looking for some warmer temperatures in the forecast. So
yeah, well, hey, you know what? I got them free, and I got them for everybody else. Taking a look outside this morning, a beautiful sunrise to wake us up here in Oswego. Really haven't seen something like this in weeks.
Well, thanks so much for joining us this Wednesday morning on WTOP 10.
I'm Patrick Kaplan.
And I'm Samantha Damasio. Have a fantastic Wednesday.
We'll see you tonight.
Sam Damasio, Patrick Kaplan.
Good morning, everybody. Nathan Hill. Good morning, everybody. Nathan Hill. This is Top in the Morning.
Right now we're sitting at 30 degrees, but if you step outside, it's still pretty chilly.
All right, North Korean television is showing new video of leader Kim Jong-un visiting troops.
The cold is going to retreat. This jet stream is going to start to dip up, and that cold air that we've been seeing is going to retreat, and we're going to see some warm air. Could have rain on Sunday.
Because of you.
Because it's all me, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh,
no
gosh.
sleep and
No sleep in the rain
and it's gonna
because of
rain.
Molly.
Sorry.
If she works it out that way.
Sorry.
Thanks a lot, Molly.
No problem.
Anthony Hill and Molly Matat.
Okay, and the Ozzie goes to Wednesday.
Patrick Cavalin.
Here you go, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And here's the mic. And
Oh.
you can go.
What?
You can help.
Oh my God. Hi everybody. Well, thanks guys so much. I don't even know who decides on this stuff, but hey, whoever it was, thanks. Morning News was something that we pitched last year, last semester, not really thinking that anybody would want to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. But we decided that we would do it, and it was so successful last semester that we decided to expand it. And I got to tell you, Monday and Friday gave us a run for our money, and you guys deserve to be up here just as much as we do. So I couldn't be happier as one of the people who pitched the idea for Morning News of how successful it's become and of how great the other mornings have done so far. So I think they also deserve a round of applause.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Pat. A big thank you to Olivia Ugina, who's come in again and again to make this happen. She organizes interviews and things like that for us. So it's really become a collaboration. And I really want to thank our crew who comes in and stands behind the camera. Hey! Thank you so much. I don't know really what else to say.
That's it. Just thanks, guys. Thanks to the crew, again, waking up that early to come in. Thanks to Joe for coming in for whenever something would hit the fan, every week. So really appreciate that. Even though you didn't have to be there, you'd still come in. And again, anyone else who's involved, thank you so much. We really can't thank you enough.
Please welcome back to the stage our next presenter, Mike DeWolf.
Yes, the coveted award of most likely to stay in Oswego after graduation. Many people have been nominated for this award over the last year since we started this program, but this year's nominees are
Tim LeMay.
Steve, is that it? Is that it? That it? All right, well, I suppose then we're renaming the award to the past, present, and future most likely to live in Oswego, Mr. Tim LeMay. Tim, come on down.
Got to thank Mike, because I knew out of anybody in my house may be the one to do that to me. But at least I came to represent.
Good job. And as we come to the close of the audit, there's only a few awards left, and I told the crew that I would actually present the most likely to succeed in each of the four majors, because I wanted to take a second to explain them. I think the best compliment I can ever give a student or their parents when they come for graduation, because obviously you're moving on to new beginnings, those of you that are graduating, and there's new opportunities that await you. And I think when us, the faculty, think of most likely to succeed, what we think of is we don't need to worry about that one. We think you're going to be just fine. And it doesn't really have everything to do with GPA. It doesn't have everything to do with whether you got an A in all of your classes. It has a little bit more to do with just us thinking that no matter what, one day we might be relying on you to hire us at some point. So remember this, all right? So our first major that we're going to present most likely to succeed is in journalism. Our nominees are Ryan Deffenbaugh, Seamus Lyman, Luke Persno, and Amy Hirsch. And most likely to succeed in journalism is Amy Hirsch. The other mic.
I'm not really much of a public speaker. That's why I'm a print person. But I just want to thank all these people for putting this event on. It's been a really nice night, and I know you guys put a lot of work into it. And I've really enjoyed my 3 years here so far at Oswego. I've made a lot of friends, both in the print and broadcast sides of journalism. So I hope we all succeed. That was really tacky.
Well done. Well done. Thank you. That's nice. Next are nominees for most likely to succeed in broadcasting. Nominees are Matt Bishop, Tyler Edick, Nicole Carlazzi, Joe Wilcox, and Ben Gordon. And the most likely to succeed in broadcasting is Tyler Edick.
Thank you, Steve. All right. Wow. Okay. So I got the email that I was nominated, and definitely did not think I would be up here, but I have been sitting there for 45 minutes thinking of what I'd say. So the thing about success really is that it's not really like a destination. You know, thank God it's not based on GPA. I wouldn't be up here. But yeah. But no, it's more about like the journey, and I've had so many opportunities while at Oswego, and I've done a lot that I'm really proud of, but I know they would not be possible without all the friends I've made here, all the professors I've had that have, you know, guided me along the way. So really, it's on to the next thing. My success is just really finding the next great adventure. So thanks a lot, everyone.
Next, most likely to succeed in public relations. Our nominees are Christina Bourne, Bridget Jackson, Kara Ernheim, and Megan Ryan. Most likely to succeed in public relations is Kara Ernheim.
Well, thanks so much, guys. I'm really excited to get out after graduation in the public relations world. Oh, I'm getting emotional. And I know we all can succeed, and I just couldn't do it without all my professors, my mentors, and my peers and friends, and I just want to thank everyone so much.
Congratulations. And our last Ozzie of the evening, most likely to succeed in communication studies, or communication and social interaction. It's my major. Should know this. The nominees are Sarah Delos Reyes, Emily Mahaffey, Elaine Vescovo, and Kyle Martin. Most likely to succeed in communication studies or communication and social interaction is Sarah Delos Reyes.
Long time no see, Steve. I know. Well, I just want to say congratulations to all the nominees. I'm pretty sure Emily and I were talking saying, what? When we got the email? But that's what we're all about. So right now we're in our capstone with Dr. Eichhorn. I know her and her adorable son are here, I believe. And we're talking about what can we put on our resume, what can we say in an interview, and I guess we can say we win awards. That's what we do as communication and social interaction majors. So congratulations, everybody, and thank you so much.
Everybody, this was a lot of fun tonight. I don't know how we were able to get an award show out on time. Please look at your watches. An hour on the dot, people. Huh? Thank you, everybody, for coming. Congratulations to all the nominees. Congratulations to all the Ozzie winners. Stop by and say hi to Lanigan. I had a lot of fun tonight. Thanks, everyone. There will be cookies and punch across the hall. That's not a Cartman line. Cookies and punch across the hall.
The Lakers oust Cortland 50 to 98-20. Something like that.
I'm Linda Cohen. I graduated from Oswego way back in 1981. And my favorite TV station way back then, of course, WTOP.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
You're watching Oswego Sports Update.